We'll just ground in. Take some breaths. Bring the hands together to the heart, honoring yourself, showing up today. And we'll just let go of the hands, gently blink open the eyes, start some cat-cows. Roll the shoulders. If you like to have the arms kind of bent to do that, or just letting them hang at the sides. Take the arms up, bring them into the heart. Press the palms together. So this is extension. This is that top of the arm working here. And then as we reach up and rotate out, push out, bring the fingers all the way down. Inhale up. Exhale, press together to the heart. And back up. As big of a reach up as you can without strain. Exhale out and down. Couple more times. Just gathering it up. Let the wrists rotate, the forearms and the arms rotate as much as they can without strain. Up. Really intentional about those movements. Up. Out. And down. Cross the arms and lean back. So I'm reaching to the opposite leg. I like to hold on at my shins sometimes. I think that gives a nice feeling to the middle back, the upper back. Relax your arms down and lean back a little bit more. Come to your forward fold. Walk your hands back behind you, press into the fingers and lift up the heart. Change your leg position if you like. A few more cat-cows, just getting open. I didn't realize until I got onto the mat, I didn't realize that my back felt so tight. Let's come up and roll the shoulders down the back. Bring your hands to the ground, fingertips to the ground. So it's one long line. And we'll just take the chin and roll it down. Breathe. Maybe you move your chin side to side. Avoid straining or pulling on your neck very much. Just let it be sort of a natural opening The shoulders are anchoring back. All right, reach your arms up, interlace the fingers and press up. Gentle, let go to forward fold. Walk your hands back one more time to shine up through the heart. Let it go. Let's just roll into table, keep moving through your cat-cow. And here we are with this wrist extension again. So through your cat-cows, it could be maybe interesting to try to bring more awareness into the forearms when your hands are on the ground, just to see. I don't know that anything huge is going to come of it, but it could be interesting. Take the hands forward and come up to down dog. Lift up your heels really high, stretch up through the hips, through the tailbone, lengthen through your shoulders, and soften into your heels. Step all the way forward. Little half lift to fold. And we'll come up. Slowly come up. Reach up to the sky and bring it down into the heart. Stand into mountain pose. Notice your feet on the ground. A gentle bend of the knees, very small bend of the knees. The tailbone. The low belly. The ribs. The opening across the chest. The shoulder blades drawing down and towards each other. Inhale to reach up to the sky. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift and exhale to plank pose. Breathe in plank. One more breath and we're lifting up to down dog. Up to down dog. Stretch out your shoulders. You might need to take your toes forward an inch or two from plank to down dog. It's a little bit shorter. And step forward. Half lift to fold. And rise up. Inhale up to the sky. Exhale it into the heart. Into mountain, take a breath. And begin again. Reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift to plank pose. Exhale, step back. Bring your knees down, lengthen your hips back. Walk your hands forward. So not child's pose, just a long reach. Come forward and lower down to your tummy. Cobra pose. Exhale back to down dog. Awesome. Step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And rise up. Returning to center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Into plank pose. Come through chaturanga, up dog or cobra. If you're warmed up dog, but if you're not quite warmed up, maybe a few more rounds through cobra. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. And while you're here in your forward fold, take your hand with the palm. So I'm taking my toes and I'm stepping onto my palm. My fingers are towards my heel and my toes are kind of cozy into the wrist. You could do one hand at a time. You might do both. It's kind of a nice little compression. And of course, you're bending into your knees as much as you need to get there. The heels are still on the ground, so it's not full weight into the hands, but it might feel good to rock just a little forward and back, applying a little bit more pressure. So this is the opposite wrist position than the rest of those, like plank, table, chaturanga. I think this is like called gorilla, maybe? Something like that. Gentle release, one hand at a time. Come to your half lift, lengthen out those legs. Exhale, fold. And come up. Exhale through the heart. Mountain. Take your right foot, step it back into crescent lunge. Good, now rise and sink a little bit. Always options to have your hands at the hips, maybe at the waist a little higher. Maybe they're in the sky. Maybe you like offering arms if that helps your shoulders for whatever reason. Good, lower your hands down, step into plank. Come through your chaturanga. Up dog cobra. Always options to omit. Exhale to down dog. Please just take care of yourself, listen in. Step all the way forward. Halfway lift to fold. Come up. Come through mountain pose. And step the left foot back. I really like working with stepping back, gaining trust in ourselves, working with balance. Rise and sink. Lower your hands, step back. Come through your chaturanga. And end up in down dog. Reach up your right leg, 3-leg dog. Exhale to step it forward. Rise back up through crescent lunge. Step forward. Come into your chair. Come up, upward salute. So the hands might even come together. Your eyes can lift up if it feels safe. Come back down to chair. And try lifting up your heels just a little bit. Try to balance out your weight inside and outside. Inside and outside of the feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Little half lift. Take your right foot all the way back, as far back as you can. Maybe it scooches back a little further. Use your fingertips to the ground. Strong back leg, lots of core strength. Exhale, gentle, bring your knee down. And come up. Low belly lifts you up. Take a breath. Sink into your front knee. Exhale, hands down, step back. Come through chaturanga. Exhale to down dog. Down dog, take a breath, shake out your head, open your jaw, relax the eyebrows. Lift up your left leg, 3-leg dog. Exhale the foot forward, come up through crescent. Forward, step forward, come down to chair, and maybe the heels lift up as you sink down. As you go slow, you'll notice when the feet want to roll out towards the outside. Rebalance, rebalance. Inhale to come up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Take the left foot all the way back. Use your fingers to the ground. Draw the heart forward, this long line from your back heel all the way up through your head. And exhale, gentle your knee down. Come up. Breathe. Exhale, hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Up dog cobra. Down dog. Woo. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, bring it all the way forward. Gentle, bring the back knee down. We're lengthening out our front leg here. Point the toes up. Check in that your pinky toe is in alignment so it's not rolling out to the pinky side. Walk your hands forward if you like. Bend your front knee, weight comes forward, arms back up to the sky. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Now we're taking our back foot, stepping it into warrior one. So I'm lifting up my knee, pop it into place, and come up through warrior one. Arms up. Lengthen out that front leg into your pyramid. Bend your knee, come back up. That core that lifts you. Step forward. Mountain. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, you might sway a little bit if it feels good to you. Little half lift, the right foot comes all the way back. Back, back, back. Here we're gonna start to twist the heart towards the front knee. You can have your back knee up or down. We're just getting into some twisting over towards the heart. Hand could be in the sky, could be above the knee, could be at the sacrum. Exhale your hand down, step back into plank, come to chaturanga. If you don't feel like chaturanga, take a breath, make that choice. If not, you can always come through a table, kind of slide back, and up into down dog. Great, inhale, lift up your left leg, three-leg dog. Exhale, bring that foot all the way forward. Gentle, lower your back knee down, lengthen out your front leg. Pinky toe. Just saying it kind of helps it get on board. Come on, you're in the party. Awesome, bend back into your front knee and swoop your arms up. Inhale, up to the sky. Exhale, hands down. Here we go, back knee lifts up and we hop it into warrior one. Lengthen out your leg into your pyramid. Bend that knee, come up. Step forward into your mountain pose. Come down into your chair. Heels up. Sink in, sink back. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Ooh. Little half lift and the left foot is going all the way back. Here we're coming into our twist, over to the right, towards that front knee. Exhale, lower the hand down, step back, lower the knees down, draw your hips back without coming to child's pose. Just a long reach again. Walk your hands back. Each toe is going to tuck under, pinky toes included. I'm always trying to get out of it. Just kidding. And sit back onto your heels. Of course, use anything to pad underneath if sitting that far back isn't great for you. Cushion, block, pillows, or just here breathing. Bring the hands forward, untuck your toes, pat them gently onto the mat. Take your hands, rotate the fingers towards you, palms on the ground. If this feels interesting but not quite enough, try rotating your elbows outward just a little bit. Gentle, one hand and the other hand comes out. Come up to kneeling. Bring your hands to your low back and just warm it up a little more. Give lots of love, circles. Maybe making circles with your hands, with your pointer and your thumb. And just knock, knock, knock. Hands forward and pull your fingers towards you. So we're stretching the wrists the other way, towards us. Other hand. As I'm doing this, I'm pulling my fingers also out to the outside, and that seems to deepen this stretch as well. Good. Come back up to down dog. Step all the way forward. Bend your knees and rise up. Come back into mountain pose. Take the hands and clap them forward and back. Release that out. Step out wide onto your mat. Parallel the outsides of the feet. Exhale into fold. Your forward fold, your wide forward fold. Exhale to relax the back of the neck. Bend into one knee at a time, side to side. Rise up. Open out to the right into your warrior two. Come into side angle. In your side angle, keep your bottom arm, keep the strong torso, take your top hand, slide it back behind you into the hip crease. So all the way into your front leg hip crease as much as possible. Use that to help rotate towards your top shoulder. So my hand slid into my low back and my fingers are poking out in the hip crease of my front leg. Slowly let that go, gentle, gentle. Lengthen out your front leg and come into your triangle. Ah. Excellent. Bend your knee, reverse your warrior all the way up and over. Point behind you. Exhale, come back into your side angle. Back to side angle. And reverse your warrior again. So take your hand, swoop it down and up and over. Awesome, let that go. Woo. Lengthen out that leg, parallel the feet. If it's okay for you to have your hands interlaced behind you, arm bones rotate away from each other. Shoulder blades come in towards each other and we fold. Avoid locking out your elbows. Relax your head, relax your neck. Bring your hands down to the low back, run them down the legs, stretch out side to side. So reach towards one leg. To the other. Bring the hands forward, draw your hips back. Bend your knees and come up. To the left. Find warrior two. Into side angle. Front knee is over the heel. Take your top hand, slide it back behind you into the opposite hip crease. So I'm just taking this hand and I'm reaching right behind my back. Use that as leverage to lift up towards that top shoulder. Gentle, let that go. Come up into triangle. Ah. Bend the knee, reverse warrior. Back into side angle. Just take a breath. Your front hand swoops down and all the way up and over. One more time to reverse. Exhale to let that go. Rotate your foot and one more time to forward fold. Bring the hands underneath you like a half lift. Ground into your left hand. Take your right hand forward like you're reaching forward, and then rotate it up to the sky to twist. You might even bend your elbow and have your hand at the sacrum, using that top elbow to open up towards the sky. Slowly come out from here. Do it on the other side. Little lift, reach forward and open up. Exhale, hand down. Kind of a half lift with your hands under the shoulders, and then relax into the shoulders, relax into the arms, and you can like rotate your shoulder blades a little bit, kind of move them. Whatever happens for you is just fine. Bend the knees and come back up. Heel toe the feet together. Stand onto one leg at a time. We're just doing a little standing quad stretch. Woo. You can use both hands if you'd like to work with your balance. It would help potentially to create more space across the chest and opening the pecs as well. If you wanted to take it into dancer, take it into dancer. If you had both hands and you wanted to try it like dancer, I would interlace my fingers around the foot so that I have a hold and then kick into it so my arms are reaching back. I'll do it on the side. It's kind of interesting. Good, come out and stand in mountain. Oh. Other side. So we just start with the quad stretch, really get into that feeling in the front of the leg. Experiment with what angle to hold your foot at or the knee at to feel the best. If you'd like to kick into the hand, into dancer. Great work. Please come out, stand in mountain. Awesome. Does everyone have a wall nearby that they could put their hand at and draw away from it, like a door frame? I just have my fingers on this wall and I'm standing parallel or straight with it, and then I'm just turning my heart away. So I'm just twisting away from my fingers. Just to stretch out through the arm, across the chest. Oh. I'm always shocked by how much feeling is in the upper arm in there. Let that go. Do it on the other side. I've never done this with this group like this before, but we're all in our places and there's likely a wall somewhere. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Keep everything soft. Good. Just come back. Let that go. Step out to the front of your mat and come down into forward fold. A nice wide foot. I have like maybe a foot, a little over a foot between my feet. Maybe like 18 inches, 16 inches. And I'm just swaying side to side. You can walk your hands, be mindful of your knees. Step back into down dog. We're gonna be coming into pigeon pose. So if figure four is the right pose for you, come into your figure four. Pigeon or figure four. Your time, make your way out and change side. And make your way out. We're gonna come into child's pose when you're ready. Way up to a seat. Butterfly forward fold in your seat. Slowly come up. If you have your fingers interlaced around your toes like this, and you were to engage your arms like you were trying to pull your toes up, you see this part of the arm, the forearm here, really pop up. That's that muscle we were talking about in the beginning. It's just kind of interesting to see when it comes into play. Take your legs, if butterfly feels good, if not, into a different seat. I want to do a side stretch up and over. So I do it with my legs crossed. Hand to the side, other one up, create length, 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 and then we bend. Relax your knees and your hips as you're doing that. Relax your jaw. Come up, other side. And up. Excellent. Let's take both legs forward. Lift up. Exhale to fold. So I certainly have a little bit of bend in my knees. Reaching forward, and you can work with lengthening the legs back out, or you might know that that's the right spot for you. Walk the hands back up. Take your right leg, bend the knee so your foot comes in. And we're going to try that again. Lift up and fold. Might notice it feels different. If it does, walk the hands back up. Now this one's a little bit interesting. I can't get very far. Bring your foot down. The knee is up. This is where I would want a pillow under my tailbone because I'm definitely going to try to lean back through my pelvis. So I'm just kind of like making my way more upright. This foot's on the ground, the knee's up, this one's extended, and re-reach. The knee is on the outside of the shoulder, the arm. Interesting. All right, let's try that all on the other side. Take your right leg out, the left foot in, up to fold. These are just different versions of the same pose. Walk the hands up, and this side the foot comes down. I really have to like kind of wiggle into place. Inhale, exhale. Walk the hands back up. Let's just come back into a seat. I just want to do a little bit more neck, and then we'll lay down. So let's take the hands over the center line, underneath the collarbones. Press in, pull down, and lift up the chin. Move the head side to side, very small. So it's just like I'm pointing up with the other side of my chin. Back to neutral. Take the hands over to the left side underneath the collarbone. Press in and draw away towards the shoulder. And rotate your chin. You can lift it up, pull it down, Feel around. Slowly let that go. Other side. So I press in, pull down towards the shoulder. This chin comes away. And as long as you're moving slowly, honoring any of the messages to stop if your neck says stop. Otherwise, I'm making almost like a crescent moon shape from my chin being up, pointing towards the left, and then bringing it kind of down towards my shoulder. Let it go. Let's go ahead and lay down. Come to your back, massage your back, hug the knees. Come to your happy baby. Take your arms and legs up, move your wrists, move your ankles. Bring your feet down into bridge pose. Lift up the heels and roll down. And if you were here last time, we're gonna do it again. This little bit of like core stabilizing work. Take your hands, palms on the ground, underneath the glutes. So I'm kind of framing my sacrum. This gives a little bit of support. So my hands are on the ground, palms on the ground, and take the legs up. And you might change where your hands are. You might not need it there. We're keeping the low belly in, the navel in, the low back on the ground. Legs are up in the air. And take little circle. Just drawing little circles with the feet, keeping the legs together. Like a spiral, the circles get a little bit bigger. Notice where it becomes less smooth. Smooth out those lines. Maybe it becomes a bigger circle. If you lose contact with the low belly and the low back, bring it in just a little bit. Change direction of your circles. Could be a big circle, could be small. You might not need the hands there. I think it's helpful. And let it go. Hug your knees in. Come back into bridge. Exhale to roll down. Let's just turn side to side, do Vishnu's couch. So turn over to your side. You can prop up your head in your hand. Bottom leg is grounding. Peace finger the big toe. You might use a strap. You might use like a towel or something, or you might hold on to the leg if holding on to the foot's not available. And we're just kicking that leg straight up overhead. Balancing on our sides. Change sides. If it feels like you're wobbling and it's hard to stay on your side body, try bending your bottom leg a little bit more and ground into it more. Good, and come on out. Roll onto your back. Come into your twist. Twist the other direction. And come on out. Bring the feet down and let the knees soften towards each other. So I have my feet even wider than my hips. Arms can rest at the sides. Daydreamer pose, just kind of letting everything settle. If you feel ready to come into Shavasana, if there's any other positions that you need first,